Imagine a world where, in an instant, all technology stops. A silent, invisible force, an electromagnetic pulse or EMP, wipes out our electronics. The internet, phones, GPS, and even radios go dark. Suddenly, we're isolated, unable to call for help or check on loved ones. In this silence, we must look to the past for answers. Generations before us, especially during World War II, communicated without digital networks. They used robust, simple methods that didn't rely on fragile circuits. Their knowledge is a blueprint for survival, resilient, reliable, and easy to learn. By studying these older ways, we prepare for a future where technology fails. This isn't about rejecting progress, but about having a backup plan rooted in practical skills. The past offers more than history. It's a lifeline. These lessons teach us to build our own tools and stay connected when the world goes dark. In the aftermath of an EMP, the voices of the past can guide us forward. To survive an EMP, protect your vital electronics with a Faraday cage. A Faraday cage is a metal enclosure that blocks electromagnetic fields named after Michael Faraday. You can build one using a steel trash can, ammo box, or even an old microwave. The key: create a complete, unbroken metallic shell. Line the rim with conductive tape for a tight seal, and insulate your devices inside with towels or bubble wrap. Place wrapped items in a cardboard box, then inside the metal container. Nothing should touch the metal. Seal the container tightly. Use foil tape for extra protection. Store essentials like a shortwave radio, solar charger, and spare batteries. This simple shield could mean the difference between having communication tools and having nothing. It's a small act of foresight that preserves a link to the outside world. With a Faraday cage, you save a piece of modern technology from the silent storm. Preparation now could prove invaluable when disaster strikes. Protecting your devices is the first step to rebuilding communication. Most modern electronics would be destroyed by an EMP, but vacuum tube radios could survive. Vacuum tubes, used before microchips, are large, robust, and handle high voltages. Their simple design makes them resistant to EMP surges that fry tiny transistors. Vintage radios from the 1940s or 50s might work perfectly after a pulse. They're also easier to repair. Components are big, circuits are simple, and spare parts can be salvaged. In a world without new microchips, this is crucial. Look for shortwave or multiband receivers at flea markets or antique shops. Store your radio, spare tubes, and a schematic in your Faraday cage. The warm glow of a vacuum tube could be one of the few working voices in a silent world. Old technology may be our best hope for staying connected. With a working radio, shortwave becomes your lifeline for long-distance communication. Shortwave signals bounce off the ionosphere, travelling thousands of miles, far beyond local AM or FM. This skywave propagation enabled global communication during World War II. Effectiveness depends on time of day, season, and solar activity. To use shortwave, you need a good antenna, like a long wire, 75 to 100 feet, strung between trees or buildings. Connect one end to your radio, the other to an insulator. You can also build a simple dipole antenna with 2 equal wires. With a vacuum tube radio and a long wire antenna, you can hear news from far away, or transmit your own. Shortwave radio turns the sky into a communication network. Even after an EMP, you can reach out across continents. The right antenna and radio keep you connected when all else fails. Even with a radio, clear communication is tough. Static and weak signals can ruin voice transmissions. Morse code, a language of dots and dashes, cuts through the noise. Developed in the 1830s, it transmits text as simple on-off tones, lights or clicks. Morse code is easy to hear, even when a voice is lost in static. It requires little bandwidth and works with basic equipment, perfect for a post-EMP world. Learning Morse code is like learning a new language. Focus on the sounds, not just the symbols. Practice with a flashlight, buzzer, or by tapping on a table. Consistent practice builds speed and accuracy. In an emergency, you can send messages like "need water" with just a flashlight. Morse code is a universal survival tool. Your message can be heard when all else fails. It's a skill that could save lives in a silent world. Mastering Morse code ensures your voice is never lost. Without digital security, protecting your messages becomes a physical challenge. Classic espionage techniques like the dead drop keep information safe. A dead drop is a secret spot where one person leaves a message for another, avoiding direct contact. Choose ordinary discrete locations: a loose brick, a hollowed book, or a hidden container. Mark the spot with subtle signals, like a chalk mark or a moved object. For extra security, use a one-time pad, a truly unbreakable encryption if used correctly. Both sender and receiver use identical random keys, destroying each after use. This method leaves no pattern for enemies to crack. These low-tech methods require planning and discipline. In a world where trust is scarce, secrecy is survival. Old-school spycraft keeps your messages safe when nothing else can. Sometimes you need to communicate silently, across a field or between houses. Signal lamps and flags, used by navies for centuries, work just as well today. Use a flashlight to send Morse code short flashes for dots, long for dashes. Agree on times, locations and codes with your group. For extra security, use pre-arranged signals, like 3 short flashes for all clear. During the day, use flags or mirrors. Semaphore flags can spell out messages, or you can use coloured flags for simple codes. Green for safe, yellow for need help, red for emergency. Mirrors can flash sunlight over miles, sending Morse or coded signals. These methods turn every house into a signalling tower. Silent, visual communication keeps your community connected. No power, no problem. Light and colour become your voice. Simple tools, big impact. Our world's instant communication is a marvel, but also a weakness. An EMP could unravel it all, leaving us isolated. The best lessons come from the past. Robust, resilient methods born of necessity. Building a Faraday cage, using vacuum tube radios, and mastering shortwave are practical skills for reconnection. Morse code and clandestine techniques protect and deliver messages when all else fails. Signal flags and lights weave a silent web of communication across neighbourhoods. These skills are more than history. They're tools for survival and resilience. Empower yourself with knowledge that can't be erased by a blackout. The past isn't a perfect solution, but it's a powerful starting point. In the silence, the echoes of history can guide us forward.